Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Over the past 31 years, I've had the joy of traveling repeatedly to many corners of this vast subcontinent that is India. It is amazing to see how landscapes, culture, food, music, dances, and even languages change every few hundred kilometers that you drive. You see the highest mountains of the world, great seas, bountiful rivers, and best of all, a people whose thoughts and heritage go back a few thousand years. Join us on an enthralling journey. I am traveling again across the whole of India to bring you spectacular India. India has seen some of the highest developments of science and technology since very early times. 6,000 years ago, the first well-planned cities of the world were here. The cities of the Indus Valley period are perfectly laid out, with avenues heading from north to south and streets dissecting them at right angles. They had an excellent drainage system back there in 4000 BC. The feats of Indian engineering in ancient and medieval times are almost unbelievable. One of the scores of examples is the magnificent Kailash Natha temple at Ellora. In the 8th century, this entire hillside was transformed into a great temple with structures carved both inside and out. The scale is breathtaking. From the courtyard, the temple rises over 100 feet. This involved the cutting away of over 2 million tons of rock. In the field of painting, the 5th century paintings of Ajanta and other Indian sites appear to be a miraculous feat today. I have shown these paintings at the finest museums in Europe, USA and Asia. Everywhere, the unanimous opinion of the art experts has been that the quality of these paintings has not been surpassed even till today. Indian dance traditions are fully recognized all over the world to be sublime. The seemingly miraculous achievements of Indian civilization consistently over the centuries have been because of a great sense of dedication. This dedication has come from a deep study of the science of life. Philosophy has been a way of life of the Indian people. A yogic posture is seen in a 5,000 years old seal of Indus Valley times. What is remarkable is that the most sophisticated ideas of Indian philosophy have been a heritage of the people. Even the most common people have been deeply aware of the philosophic truths. This has been since at least the age of the Upanishads 3,000 years ago. Today, even in the fast-changing and commercializing world, a few pockets of Indian thought and tradition survive. The bowls of Bengal are among these. We are in the Birbhum district, about 200 kilometers northwest of the city of Kolkata. Many of the villages here have families of baul singers. Through them, an age-old tradition has been handed down through the centuries.
আমার জাত গেল পেট ভরলো না গো ও গো না গরি আমার জ্বলে যায় জীবন আমি করি কি এখন স্থির হতে না পারি আমার ঘরে রয় না মন আমার ঘরে রয় না মন আমার যন্ত্রণা হলো ভারী হায় না গড়ি আমার যন্ত্রণা হলো ভারী ওগো না গড়ি আমার জাত গেল পেট ভরলো না গো ওগো না গড়ি আমার জাত গেল পেট ভরলো না গো ওগো না গড়ি
The philosophy that they have matches quite well with the kind of philosophy that in many songs Tagore often had advocated. If you wish to compare these people, I think you can compare them surely with the saint poets of Karnataka or with the kind of Sufi traditions in the North India. The bauls are a mix of Hindus and Muslims, so you don't have really only Hindu bauls. You also have a lot of Islamic thought and tradition and references which come in baul singing.
In 2005, UNESCO included baul singing in their list of the world's masterpieces of oral and intangible heritage.
দিল দহরি আর মাঝে রে ভাই আছে মজার কারখানা দিল দহরি আর মাঝে রে ভাই
The word baul probably comes from the Sanskrit vyakul, meaning impatiently eager. Some consider them to be insane, in a divinely inspired way. Indeed, they are far from the sanity of the materialistic and mundane world.
কেউ বা পাগল হলো বাবা বিষয় লালসে থাকে কামের মতো তাদের চিত্ত তারা নিত্য সত্য মানে না 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 হায় ভোলা মন তারা নিত্য সত্য মানে না মনের মতো পাগল পেলাম না আমি তাইতে পাগল হলেম না 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 তাইতে পাগল হলেম না মনের মতো পাগল পেলাম না
They are ecstatically impatient to lose themselves, to lose their own identities, to see themselves as a part of the greater one, that one which is also within.
কত নীলা সেথাই হের বিনয়নে পাগল মন বলে আমি আছি বিষয় ধনে মন বলে আমি আছি বিষয় ধনে তবু সে ধন ছেড়ে যাওয়া হবে না বহু যতন করে
Though they are very open to both the Hindu and Muslim faiths, Bauls have a philosophy focused on the individual himself. It is a personal, spiritual quest they follow. They believe that if there is any God, it is that which is within us.
In particular, they have been making a connection between the self and the soul of the person with the Supreme Self.
Dehotattva is a very important philosophy of Baul. They believe that human body is the ultimate thing. So it's not God, it's not Allah, it's basically human body.
Tagore was deeply impressed. I don't know if he was influenced, but then he was deeply impressed about the whole philosophy of Bauls.
Lalan Fakir died at the age of 117 when Tagore was only 24. There is no document suggesting that Tagore actually met Lalan Fakir. But Fakirs believe that they met. Many songs of Rabindranath Tagore are deeply reminiscent of the themes of the Bauls.
ওগো তাই দেখি তাই যেথায় সেথায় তাকাই আমি যেদিক পানে
ওরে লোক দেখানো খুঁটি নাটি ওরে লোক দেখানো খুঁটি নাটি এ নয় তোর সাধনা ওরে মনে ভাবের ঘরে চুরি করলে চলবে না 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 চলবে না রে চলবে না ওরে মনে ভাবের ঘরে চুরি করলে চলবে না
The Bauls have a very simple way of looking at life. The images that they use in their song are very simple images, something which touches upon the everyday life of people around this place.
বলি এই গাড়িতে চড়তে গেলে ভক্তির টিকিট থাকা চাই কৃষ্ণ প্রেমের রেলের গাড়ি চড়বি কেড়ে যায় চার ক্লাসে গাড়ি সারা ধর্ম অর্থ কাম মুখ্য দ্বারা চার ক্লাসে গাড়ি সারা ধর্ম অর্থ কাম মুখ্য দ্বারা যে গাড়ির প্যাসেঞ্জার যারা সেই গাড়ি চড়ে তারাই কৃষ্ণ প্রেমের রেলের গাড়ি চড়বি কেড়ে যায়
when they sing it's not like anybody is singing. They have a real practice behind that. And all these yogic practices, or particularly of breathing practices, create that kind of a singing. If you think, nowhere in the world will you find a single person singing, playing iktara on one hand, and dancing, and playing the dugi on the other hand, at the same time. Nowhere in the world. It's very difficult to get a tradition of song which holds the tone for such a long time while dancing. And maybe you will get it in Indian classical music, but they don't move. They sit and sing. Here they run around.
ও কত লক্ষ জনম ঘুরে ঘুরে ও কত লক্ষ জনম ঘুরে ঘুরে সাধের মানব জনম পেয়েছ রে এ জনম চলে গেলে ও ভোলা মন, এ জনম চলে গেলে ও পাগল মন, ও ফিরে আর তো পাবে না, না গো না, না 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 যেতে দেবো না আমি হিদ মাজারে।
Anybody who visits this side of Bengal would find them in train, railway stations, platforms, on the road, in village corners, almost everywhere.
কাগজে সারে সকল কাম হলো পোস্ট কাটার খাম।
It is a carrying forward of the tradition in modern times. Whereas earlier, people used to gather in the villages to listen to the bowls. Today, here he is in the crowded railway trains, and people are entertained by him.
দুই রঙেতে হচ্ছে লীলা, বুঝে না মন দুইয়ের খেলা। বলি ত্রিগুণেতে তিরি খানা, বলি ত্রিগুণেতে তিরি খানা, চৌকো হয় চার ধামেতে, এসেছো বসেছো ভবে তাস খেলিতে, পঞ্চভূতের পাঞ্জা খানা।
I think you can relate this to many other things, to Upanishad, to Gita, to or Quran. But I don't know if there is any point doing it, because this is a community knowledge. It is, you will hardly get everybody talks about Lalun, and he was probably the only exception to the whole thing, but otherwise nobody owns anything here.
Lalun Fakir was born in 1774 in a small village in the district of Kushtia, which is now in Bangladesh. His family lived in extreme poverty and he had no formal education. Lalun became one of the greatest mystic singers of the Indian subcontinent. He composed thousands of songs. These continue till today as the greatest inspiration for the Bauls and Fakirs of Bengal. No one knew Lalun Fakir's real name, date or place of birth, or the names or religious affiliations of his parents. Both Hindu and Muslim communities tried to own him for themselves. Lalun was neither. He constantly strove to go beyond all religious boundaries.
সব লোকে কয় লালন কি জাত সংসারে, সুন্নত করলে হয় মুসলমান, নারী জাতির হয় কি বিধান, বামন চিনি পৈতায় প্রমাণ, বামনি চিনব কি করে, সব লোকে কয় লালন কি জাত সংসারে।
If you go to Turkey and see the Mevlanas, and it's the same thing, the dervishes, or they have almost similar kind of practices also, and the songs also are very similar to that. It was something like negating the scripture or negating the rule from above. So therefore it has also a kind of a community which lives, which is a kind of a self-regulated community. It's not regulated or ruled by any external force. Now, I can sing a baul song for you, but then that's not a baul song really, because their sound comes from some particular point from the body. And that's the kind of practice they do. This is a very, very, I think I'm told that these are very old kind of Indian practices, and it does not come from the sky. It doesn't fall from the sky. You have to kind of, you need an effort to get that. And that itself, I think, becomes a part of the sadhana, part of the whole life, part of your whole being.
Many times, many researchers many people ask whether Baul's son is becoming a Baul or not, Fakir's son is becoming a Fakir or not. Historically, that has never happened. It is always the villager who is interested in this has come.
We are in the home of the Fakir Shashti Das Baul, Isn't it quite wonderful that villagers living in such remote places in this country are so deeply versed in philosophy? In fact, that is one of the amazing things about India. Philosophy was never kept as a subject to be studied at universities. It was always something which was used in daily life. It was practiced in daily life by the people, by the common people, by everybody. As a matter of fact, some of the most important epics and scriptures of Indic philosophy were written by the most common people.
ওরে নদী কিংবা বীরবাবল খাল
The concept of the illusory nature of the material world, Maya or Mithya, has been known to all Indians since times immemorial. They have sought different ways, different paths to escape from this web of the illusion of life and to attain knowledge.
নিরাকার ব্রহ্ম হয় সে আকার সাকার হইল সে যেজন দিব্য জ্ঞানী হয় সে জানতে পাই যেজন দিব্য জ্ঞানী হয় সে জানিতে পাই কলিযুগে মানুষ হয় অবতার মানুষ গুরু নিষ্ঠা জাগ ভবে মানুষ গুরু নিষ্ঠা জাগ
आप गा रहे थे आकार निराकार ब्रह्मो, इसका मतलब बताइए।
ভবে মানুষ গুরু নিষ্ঠা যার সর্বসাধন সিদ্ধি তার। আপনি একটা রূপ, আপনি যখন এই কাজটা শিখতে গেছেন তখন আপনাকে গুরু ধরতে হয়েছে। তা গুরুটাকে মানুষ, মানুষ এক ব্রহ্ম দ্বিতীয় নাস্তি। আকার তো এই মানুষরূপী আকার, মানুষরূপী আকার। এই মানুষের হাট, এই মানুষের বাজার, মানুষে খায় মানুষের প্রসাদ। আমি মরে গেলে মানুষে নিয়ে যাবে, আমাকে নিয়ে এসছেও মানুষে। সর্ব জায়গায় একই জল হয়।
This is the treasured heritage of the Indian people, a vision of life which looks always towards the eternal, a vision which recognizes material aims and objects as only ephemeral things, a passing reality. The search is always for that which is beyond, that which can only be found within.
These fakirs are extremely important because they are the Sufi singers in today's conflict-driven society. If you see the way I see life is like we have religious conflict, we have racial conflict, we have economic conflict, we have cultural conflict. Now, in this conflict, whereas if you see the Baul fakirs' music, all they talk about the brotherhood and love and how to overcome the conflict and get into the brotherhood. It is not only important today, I think 50 to 100 years later, maybe Lalan Fakir's songs will be a compulsory reading for all the citizens in the world.
Kappa means a divine man. Just now what I was saying, the divine man, that person, he is called Kappa. So in sadhana, when he have seen something extreme, and the other people who never seen, just leave them. That person who doing his sadhana, when that person have seen that extreme point, that time you can say that he is that person who is the happiest person in this world.
They sing about love. They sing about love. Most of their songs are to make you know the way how to reach that situation of pure love. You know the separation of Krishna and Radha, and the songs has been derived from that situation only. There is one great song because Radha thought that she is unable to make Krishna understand her pain, what she is suffering. So she is singing, Poro janome hoyo Radha, my Lord, be Radha in your next life. Then you can understand what I have gone through with this eternal love which you have given to me. Baul is both. Like if you cannot be Radha, you cannot attain the qualities of Krishna.
True knowledge in Indian thought is always experienced knowledge. Knowledge which is known, knowledge which is felt deep inside, knowledge which transforms one's life. That is knowledge, not that which is just read from books.
I saw bowls who are very, very, who look for money, who's greedy and all this, and yet when he's singing, I know he's, light years away from me, and completely different person.
Indian thinkers, these bowls included, always seek ways to be carried away, to lose the sense of the self, to be carried away in ecstasy, and therefore to discover the truth.